The successful trader is the trader who lets go once they enter the trade. They let go and they just let the process work. And the people that can't trade successfully are those that are just holding on too tight. You see a little bit of profit. It hasn't hit your target yet, but you see a little bit of profit and you take it and run away. All of these things that go against your process and your plan, that's what's going to keep you from being successful. So find out what your plan is and stick by it as if it were an inviolable law. November 25th. Yesterday, when we were looking at the daily chart after the market closed, we were looking right here because this is yesterday on the daily chart. I was telling you how, notice the MACD variance break. Okay, this MACD histogram bar broke the variance to the upside. And I was saying how maybe tomorrow, don't be surprised if there is an upward move. There's a high probability of that because of this. And look what happened today. We had a large upward move. So I'm going to go over the pre-market real quick, and then we're going to get into how many times the strategy came into effect today. So we have yesterday's high right here. I'm going to mark that as red. Okay, yesterday's low is right here, roughly. We're going to keep that as blue. And now we look at the pre-market and we see if we can see any interesting levels that might be important, the low and the high of the market. So this is the pre-market low right here. We're going to make that white. And this is the pre-market high right here. Actually, pre-market high is yesterday's high, see? So yesterday's high is the pre-market high. Do we see any other interesting levels? Yeah, this right here. Notice how everything's hitting this right here. There's a lot of points. There's a lot of moments where we reach this level. We're going to make that one white as well. And then let's get into the market. Let's see what happened today. So market opens right here. This is the market open right here. So we got the 4-hour is going up. The 30-minute, which is the strongest force for our strategy, is going down. So market opens, we have a downward bias. The 15-minute is also working its way down very strong. We have a 15-minute crossover before the market even opens. So we're definitely looking for a downward move right off the bat. So the market opens. We have some consolidating here, some ups and some downs. And then look what happens right here. What do you see? Look what happens. At 9:42, we get a power volume bar greater than the previous three. That's on the right side of the 2-minute MACD movement, aligned with the downside. So this was the first entry for today. This was the first occurrence of the market, of the strategy showing up. So our entry would be right here at the close of this candle. Right when the candle closes, we enter. So this is our entry. We put our stop right above that candle. We target a 1-to-1 ratio. And it hits a win right there. It goes on to print 2 or 3 times our win. So that's the first occurrence of the strategy today. 1 win so far. Let's go forward and see. Is there another alignment? Nope. Look at the 5-minute MACD. That's all you got to look at. Is there an alignment to the downside anymore after this point? After this move, is there? No, it's going up. Look. So we wait. We wait for the 15-minute to cross over to the upside. We don't take any trades until that moment. So we're moving up, we're moving up, we're moving up. Look, we get a 15-minute crossover right here. This is where the 15-minute crossover happens. At this very point in time, it concludes. The very next candle is now into a new 15-minute block. And we have confirmation of the crossover. So now we're going for a move to the upside. What do we want to see? We want to see a power volume bar, and we want to be on the right side of the 2-minute MACD histogram. That's what we want to see. Does that happen? Let's look right here. Right here, this next one. This is it. Power volume bar greater than the previous 3. We're on the right side of the 2-minute histogram movement. We are aligned with the 15-minute crossover. So we enter right here at the top of the candle, right when the candle closes. Our stop loss is right below that candle. We target a 1-to-1 ratio, and it hits right here for a win. And it goes on to print 5 to 6 times the amount of our win. So that's 2 occurrences today, 2 wins so far. Now we're looking for the next one. This 30-minute is now turning around to the upside, which is amazing because think about the 4-hour. Think about our discussion yesterday when I told you, look, there might be an upside, there might be a move to the upside today because of this daily movement. And look, now it's happening. The 30-minute is turning over. The 15-minute is going strong. We've just run up. This was the move that I was talking about happening yesterday. This was the move. This is it. It happened. It's all about being ready. It's all about being ready and not acting like you know what's going to happen, not trying to tell the future or predict anything. No, just see the probabilities for what they are, read the probabilities, keep those probabilities in your mind, and then act in the present moment with what you've been given. So now, what do we have? Do we have any more movements for the rest of the day? Nope, because we're going to the upside. Does this 5-minute look like it's going to the upside anymore? Right here. It finally crosses over. We don't want to do with anything right here. It's not in our zone. It's not aligned, so we ignore all of this. So this huge move just happened. Now for the next long while, hours, 1 or 2 hours, we don't have another opportunity until right here. Look what happens here. The 5-minute becomes aligned again. So we skip forward. Okay, so now we have a 5-minute crossover. The 15-minute, positive territory. 30-minute, we're aligned to the upside. This is where we want to be. But look, now we're on the wrong side of the 2-minute V. We have to wait for the 2-minute, the MACD histogram momentum to flip back, aligning to the upside. And look what happens right here. What do you see? Look at this. Look at this. We get a power volume bar right here. Switching the direction to the upside now. So our entry is right when the candle closes right here. This is our entry level. Our stop loss is right below the candle that we used to enter. We target a 1-to-1 ratio. And it hits a win right here. So that's 3 occurrences of the strategy today with 3 wins. With that being said, keep your eye on the daily. And remember that if you don't trust your plan, whatever your plan is, everybody's got a new strategy these days, and there's all of these old strategies. There's hundreds of strategies, thousands of strategies, right? Doesn't matter. Pick one, pick a strategy that you like, pick a process, design your rules, and don't break those rules ever. Stick to the rules. I hope you have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Take care now.